Alrighty, so it's time for another Mono Battle. Now, normally whenever I do play Mono Battles, it basically means that I'm just gonna be grouping up with a couple of friends and we're all just gonna play this mode. Now, today, I'm by myself and I'm gonna pick blind random. Yeah. Cool. I'm a big fan of that. I'll go ahead and select my random race as well and ready up. So, it looks like we've got Ravagers today. This is great. This is really good for us. I'll go ahead and lock in my pick. Now, for anyone wondering what a Mono Battle is, it's basically a game mode in the StarCraft 2 arcade where... we actually repicked and got the Cyclone there. Where you can go ahead and basically only create a single unit. It's going to be a 4 versus 4, so all of my allies are only going to be able to make the Stalker, the Void Ray, and the Cyclone, only one unit each. And for me, apparently today, I'm gonna have to mass a lot of Ravagers. Normally, like I said, I play this with a bunch of friends and we got voice chat and everything, and things are a little bit easier, but for now, it looks like we're just gonna have to get started here all by ourselves. But I'm not too worried about this, as I think we've got a pretty good setup. So, as far as our units go, we actually got a really nice setup. We do have to be a little bit careful about, in particular, Marines, as well as Widow Mines, as well as Ravagers, actually. They've got a good composition, too. But I think we got something good. I'll go ahead and give them the GLHF as well. All of my allies will spawn in the red, or in the pink rather, and all of my opponents apparently will be spawning in the red as well, just to make it a little bit easier. And all of my units are going to be green instead. Now, I think I'm gonna get started here with some quick expanding. It's a little bit greedy, but considering like they don't have like a Zergling or whatever, they're not gonna have something to really rush out super early unless he's proxying the Marines. I think we're going to be alright, in particular because my allies will also have units reasonably early on into the game. They also don't have a Protoss on their team, so we don't have to worry about cannon rushes. Sometimes, you know, you get a Protoss player or whatever to really start making a, you know, for example, like carriers or whatever, and they're a little worried that their unit is too late into the game, and they decide to just simply go straight into a cannon rush, which is obviously always an option if you're playing Protoss. But it looks like that is none of our worries right now as well. Now, I actually really like this game mode. Like, for the longest time, I didn't really play the arcade games, right? But there's a ton of great arcade games in StarCraft 2 that I've been, like, genuinely enjoying. Now, I am taking recommendations. I'm kind of like a noob when it comes to arcade games. So if you guys have any recommendations of your favorite arcade mode in StarCraft 2, just let me know in the comments down below, because I would really love to make more videos about these modes, but I just don't really know like which ones are great. I know some of the, like, I know a lot of people, for example, like the tower defense games and all that, but they can last like hours, and I'm really, like, that doesn't really make for very good videos, right? So if you guys have any great recommendations, go ahead and post them down below. But for this moment, at the very least, I'm going to be focusing on Ravagers. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to be able to make a queen. Whether or not the queen can attack, I'm not entirely sure. But at the very least, I'm going to be able to make one per hatchery here, so I can use that to get some reasonable, you know, early game pressure as well. You know, at least a little bit defense. But for the most part, as long as she, I don't know actually if she can attack, but for the most part, she's just there for like queen injects, you know? Like, we really need to get a bunch of additional larvae here. Of course, I am gonna be pretty low in gas. The one thing to keep in mind about Ravagers is that while I can make roaches, my roaches won't be attacking. But Ravagers obviously do need a lot of gas in order to be maxed out as well. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab quite a lot of it as early as I can, while still being able to produce quite a lot of stuff. So let me check whether or not she can actually attack. Yeah, she can attack. It's just that I can only make a limited amount. Like, I cannot make another one out of this hatchery. Alrighty, so my Roach Warren is done. I think I'm gonna go ahead and create a couple just in case, like, the Marines or the Widow Mines or whatever make their way across the map. We will need some detection here as well. Thors, that is something to worry for, but I think we're going to be alright against those. But normally, like, in these kind of game modes, it seems best to just simply spend some early game time on, you know, getting yourself the economy out, as long as your opponents aren't really going to be capable of rushing. Like, getting yourself some economy, getting a bunch of bases, usually seems the best choice. So I'll go ahead and grab myself a rather early third here as well. And I'll try and get a little bit of creep spread. I think that would be extremely beneficial for us. I'll go ahead and grab like 4 Ravagers. 4 Ravagers is really good. Now, the one thing to keep in mind as well, though, is that Marines are extremely powerful. Like, Marines are really good, and they scale really nicely from your from the upgrades and all that. Now, of course, I don't really know how good the opponents that we're playing up against, or like, you know, the skill level of my allies. I don't really know that either. So it really all comes down to, you know, figuring out the hard way, I suppose. I hope my allies are going to be reasonable. I do know that Nuke is on my team, who is a high-level player, but other than that, I don't think I know Skrilly right here, and I don't think I know Veni Vidi Vici right here either. But he came, he saw, and he conquered, so I think we're on the right track. Alright. So this is right about the time where I think I should consider taking my additional gases, and I also want to try and get myself some upgrades. Now it looks like Nuke is already pushing right here with a bunch of Cyclone. He's trying his very best to nuke down this command center. I'll try and move out with some of my units as well. Obviously, once this finishes into a planetary fortress, is going to be extremely helpful. And I think he's going to have to get out of here eventually. Oof, well, that's 2 Cyclones gone. But that's okay. He at least put up a bunch of pressure. I think I'm going to actually go on that direction there instead. So I got a bunch of the units out already. We'll grab ourselves 2 evolution chambers. And while I do want to start droning up that base, I do want to put up some pressure with the units that we've got. Let's see, is this also planetary? No, he looks like he decided to go a little bit more greedy. Do have rapid fire on these corrosive biles, by the way, so that makes it a little bit easier for me to pick it up. There we go, doing a little bit of pressure. And it looks like, well, as long as he's like not grouping up together with his ally, right, we're going to be able to do quite a little bit of work. Okay. Now, I don't really want to be all too aggressive. Obviously, this has to be a game where we at the very least like max out on Ravagers, right? We don't want to be, you know, like super aggressive here. I do want to try and at least save my forces here for a little while longer, while droning up this base as well. Looks like my ally decided, or our opponent rather, decided to go for one of these bases as well. Going for the rapid fire. Looks like we found the opposing corrosive biler. Now, by the way, I don't know if everyone knows what, like, rapid fire is, but it's basically a method that allows me to, like, spam these biles really quickly. I haven't made a video about that before, but if you guys would like me to, let me know. Oof, here we go. So, these dudes are pretty scary, but as long as we're alright... You can see, by the way, the roaches are not attacking. The roaches are not attacking. That is pretty terrifying. And actually, this store is eating through all of our units, but eventually we did manage to get rid of a lot of these units. I'll try and grab myself this expansion, and I'll back up for just a little bit. Alright, well... Oh, they got a lot of air? Alright. Let's be a little bit more careful. I actually I wanna actually continue pushing for just a little while longer. We've got a reasonable amount of forces, but they're still being rather aggressive as well. And they're holding on. So we don't want to, like, overextend here. Ooh, there's a lot of Marines over here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to back up. Nice little bit of blink micro there. Actually, we may very well be able to hold on with my reinforcements coming in as well. I'm adding on more roaches once again. Okay, corrosive biles going down on that Thor. Nice pickup micro there. That was cute. Oof. But slowly but surely, we're pushing onwards. But I'm gonna have to get out. Like you can see, I just don't have enough there. We'll go up to a lair. And while I am still mining a good amount of resources, I don't think we want to play all too aggressive. Yeah, he was doing some cute micro there, though. That was pretty good. Sadly for him, obviously, ended up losing a lot of those things. But let's try and sit back for just a little bit. I'm gonna sit back for a bit and max out. I'm gonna try and see if that is going to be helpful for us. I can use some minerals. I don't really need all too many of them, but if I can drone up my base faster, that makes things easier. There we go. Thank you. So let's try and sit back for just a second and make a bunch of stuff. So my overlord is still there. We'll give him a little bit of timing, or a little bit of time right here to start mining as well. I'm already getting at a pretty solid amount of economy here. So I'll try and grab myself the 4th here as well. And... I mean, I wanted to get this mostly for upgrades. I don't really need the Glio Reconstitution, right? Like, roach speed is not gonna really benefit me all too much. Okay. Slowly but surely adding on more things. And I can really start adding on a lot of stuff. Like a lot of Ravagers here real soon. Just trying to mostly get gas here. Can I ninja another base? I'll try and get this one. A little bit dirty, but... Okay. Mostly trying to max out right now on a lot of Ravagers, or Roaches rather, so I can morph them into Ravagers. There we go. And so far, it looks like we're in a good spot. So far, it looks like we're in a good spot. Now, they are setting up some defenses over here as well, which is a little bit terrifying. Apparently, he's decided to move across the map here with the Thors. I think we're gonna try and have to shut that down. Is he really up this ramp? Are you sure about this? Oof, there we go. Very good. Marine's actually coming in from the other end. Oh no, oh man. My roaches are just running to their deaths. They can't attack. Okay. I need more gas. You guys get in there. I need some dudes over here as well. And I'll try and like re-rally some workers back in. So I really need to start morphing in some of these roaches into Ravagers. Because I got a lot of roaches right now, but they can't really do a whole lot. They can't really do a whole lot, which, you know, is unfortunate. Okay. Obviously, I can build static defense. Maybe that's not even that bad of a choice. Looks like my allies are still progressing onwards here as well. Taking that base, taking all of the bases. It looks like he's actually trying to. Ooh, I'm gonna need some help. All right, corrosive biles everywhere. Woo! Corrosive bile heaven. Getting a lot of value there. Now my roaches are still tanking some damage. Not ideal though. I mean, they're taking some of the hits, right? Which is really the only thing they're doing. Okay, trying to spam the corrosive biles. There are widow mines here as well. Oh, he's going for the repairs. As long as I corrosive bile, though, it's going to do a ton of damage. There we go. Those are the money biles we were looking for. I'll try and get my overlord speed here as well, while trying to create a lot of things. That base should end up falling here. Ooh. Widow mines are scary, though. But it looks like they're going to be calling the GG. And with that, I think we are in a pretty good spot. Actually, I need to go ahead and press down the shift button as well in order to talk in the all chat. I love the fact that there's a little bit of GG though. That is pretty awesome. But it looks like with this push here, we're going to be ending the game and all of our opponents are going to be leaving. Alright, let's do one more. Let's do one more. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up blind random once again. Are you the real whoa, I guess. Let's give him the GI job once again, because it looks like blind random has won. Let's hope we get something good. Once again, I'm gonna blindly random into my race as well. There we go. Looks like this time around I got Brute Lord. I'm gonna repick. I'm gonna repick. Ooh, okay, I got Hellions. That was risky. Hi. Lots of people recognizing my name apparently in this game, but here we go. We actually got a pretty solid setup. Now, I'm thinking here that I actually can go Hellbats as well. That's an important thing. It says like Hellion / Hellbat. I was gonna say, like, I'm thinking here about potentially like proxying my Hellions and going on like a probe roast. They do have, oh, they got Mutalisk. We have no AA. We have no anti-air. This is an issue. I think I'm gonna go ahead and proxy. I think I'm gonna go ahead and proxy 2 factories. I'm gonna go ahead and proxy 2 factories and see if I can make some Hellions on the other end of the map. We'll try and move over there. Well, obviously I do need to make sure that I get my barracks out first, so really don't need to rush it this quickly, Loco. But we'll do a little bit of scouting with this dude first and see what's going on. Alright. So same deal here, right? I can only make Hellions and apparently I can move them into Hellbats as well. Okay, let's do a little bit of scouting. So ideally I'm really looking for like any of the air guys. So who's playing? Okay, Haplo apparently is playing the Mutalisk. I'm gonna try and slow him down here as much as we can. Okay. This is all the information we really needed here. This is fine. So apparently he has spawned on the other side of the map. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, make one over here. You go over here as well. Got a second gas going. Don't really need that much gas initially here, so I'll pull the like the SCVs off of it once I figure out, you know, how much I'm gonna need. Here we go. We got ourselves the orbital command as well. And as soon as I can, I'm gonna start creating my second one here. Actually, I wonder if I even need that second refinery. I've never done a mass Hellion build before, guys. At the very least, I've never proxied Hellions before. So the guy has spawned somewhere on this end of the map, right? That's all we really know. I can already start pulling some of these guys off of it. There we go. We know that he spawned on this side of the map somewhere. So, as long as I can create 2 reactors, I'm gonna be in an okay spot. I do want to grab myself an expansion as a follow-up as well. But really, I want to try and create a lot of stuff. I want to try and create a lot of things. Okay. Gonna be able to pull out of gas there. I don't want to like stop my gas production like 100%, but there we go. And I can start up my expansion. Alright, so there we go. Looks like Haplo has spawned over here. Alright, good. We need to kill Haplo here. He's actually going to be cannon rushing. This is solid for me. And I'm going to start producing Hellions now. Wonder even if I have enough economy here to properly make like 4 at once. That's 400 resources at once. It will go by rather quickly. Looks like he's actually cannon rushing here in like a very poorly executed way. Actually, he's going to be making some other things as well. Alright, always good. Looks like he's actually mostly just trying to deny the bases. Okay, good. Okay, he actually is going for some solid static defense here in the earlier stages of the game. I can try and add on an armory here. But I'm really not getting a whole lot of value out of these things just yet. We're gonna have to like attack this guy though. I'm gonna need some help. Okay, here we go. Hogo is joining. Hogo is joining. Very good. If he can land some corrosive bios, that would be great. Here we go. Oracle is going in as well. So even though we have the inferior composition, we're still doing quite nicely. Okay. I'll go ahead and get an orbital comment on that second base here as well. Looks like the Vikings of one of them are going to be doing quite a bit of work too, but... Okay, very nice, very nice. That's that threat mostly dealt with here. He's actually getting himself the Spire right now. But as long as we can shut down his economy, right? That already makes things way more doable. And Haplo immediately leaves the game. Very good, very good, very good. So even though that wasn't ideal here initially, this is still working out quite nicely for us. Okay. Still producing a lot of things here at home. Of course, I do want to get myself the blue flame upgrade here as well. So actually, let me make that right over there, so we can move it over a little bit easier. And I'll start putting in some SCVs into the gas once again. So I can also get some armory upgrades and the whole shebang. Try and get rid of some of the creep. Still producing a lot of things here. Being rather aggressive though with Hellions. Not gonna deny that fact. They're actually trying to kill my stuff. We don't want that. Looks like they now figured out at least where I'm coming from with all of my units, but that's okay. The damage has already been done. Okay. Ooh, lurker. Lurker, 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 lurker. Sadly, our base is under attack. That was such a weird combination. You can see that? That was such a weird movement there. Okay, there's no way you can kill this very easily, but this is not easy for me either. Okay. Well, we'll try and finish up this base here instead. We don't really need that much gas, to be honest. It's kind of a waste. Ooh. Obviously, I'm getting blue flame, by the way. Blue flame is super helpful. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch these guys back into Hellion mode and then start pushing across. I'll actually get armor here next. Alright. +1 attack is just about to finish up, which is great. But I think I'm gonna be able to do quite a bit of work here. Actually, that base seems already gone. Very nice. We're still producing. We're still producing. We're still making a ton of stuff. Blue Flame will be finishing up in just a second as well.
Additional supply. Our SCVs are under attack. Base is under attack.
Very nice teamwork here.
Not enough.
And we're still pushing. We're still going. Killing a lot of these things. Ooh, money. No, 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 don't lose him. Alright, fine. I'll get him. I'll get him for you. I'll get him for you right here instead. Now it looks like eventually these will all be taken care of here as well. I'll try and keep an eye out. Looks like the one Zerg player that I was attacking here also did get some work in. I'm still trying to push onwards. At the same time, my base is taking heavy damage. And most of my workers have gone down. But that's okay. I can rebuild them quite easily. And it looks like we're forcing the opponents out of the game. This time around, they're not GGing. Well, my ally is. My ally is for us. Or for them, rather. But that was pretty fun, actually. Massing the Hellions. Even though we had the inferior composition in the earlier stages of the game. And, you know, having that combination there, I suppose, of, you know, having a lot of early game pressure. Really allowed us still to pick up the victory. Ooh. I don't have any... Well, I do have a scan available right now. Okay. Oh man, all of my units are dying! Oh no! Oh no! All my units are gone! Well, no, yeah, okay, fine. I just lost everything. Well, hey, at least we managed to get it. At least we managed to get it there eventually. And I think with that, we should be able to start finishing off this game. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is the last guy. And while he still does have lurkers and it does a lot of damage to us, eventually we're going to be able to clean him up. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get a notification as soon as I upload more. And while you're at it, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Links are in the description. I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one.